Hi guys, welcome back. I wanted to jump on here and just kind of give a little update on everything, on life, on how Aiden's doing, how he's progressing with therapies, things that are coming up and stuff like that. So first off, life update. Obviously you guys know we're expecting baby girl in June. She is looking fantastic. She's measuring very well, growing, like normal, like expected. Marie's still going to maternal fetal medicine, still going to regular OB appointments, and they're constantly doing scans, ultrasounds and whatnot, and looking at her, and she's looking phenomenal. So that is coming up fairly quickly. We recently just went on vacation, went down to North Carolina for a week. That was a good time. It was a little more chilly this year, or this time of year, than what we're comfortable with. It was a good trip, but we couldn't get in the water too much, so spent a lot of time on the beach, a lot of time walking. Most importantly, we spent a lot of time doing therapy. Kind of limited on what we can take down there. There's only so much stuff that fits in our Jeep, and obviously we gotta get us in there. So I did not take Aiden's stander or gait trainer. I took a giant exercise ball and a pad, mostly for me to kneel on, and we focused on that. So we did a ton of standing, and I got plenty of video from that, so those videos should be coming out here soon. All right, sorry for the weird cut there. Actually just got a call from Aiden's craniofacial ENT, had to schedule that appointment. So it's always something. Anyway, so yes, vacation, went down to the beach. Overall, it was a good time. It was nice to get away, be off work and whatnot. And then we came back. His first appointment when we came back, well, he had his preschool appointments, whatever, but on the following Tuesday, his physical therapist, from Children's Hospital, came, and she was just absolutely blown away with the amount of progress Aiden had made in the previous 2 weeks before that. He is starting to get that strength in his legs to go from a seating to a standing position, mostly on his own. We still have to assist him a little bit, but he is far beyond where he was, say, even a month ago. So that is awesome. And it even got to the point where his physical therapist recommended that we may start looking at doing intensives. Intensives are kind of like camps you go to. We have some other people that we know that, they'll take their child to these intensives, and typically they're out of state, they're very expensive. They actually do them here at the hospital, and it's several appointments throughout a week, and it's usually a week or a couple weeks long. So that's an option. We don't necessarily know if Aiden is at that skill level to do that, but if he's not now, he should be soon. He absolutely works his tail off every single day that we do it. So, and he's continuing to progress, and it's getting amazing. So that's really good. Preschool update. So we just had his last gross motor appointment, vision and occupational therapy appointment before summer break. So next week we're gonna sit down with them, just kind of reevaluate his progress, talk about upcoming goals and whatnot. So that's will be a nice little break from that to get that off our schedules until August. But now we're gonna have some gaps, and the question is are we gonna try filling those gaps with different therapy, maybe possibly get him back into aquatic therapy. I made a phone call to the scheduler for that to see what availability looks like. Maybe look at one of these intensives, but at the same time, we're also gonna be welcoming baby girl here soon. So we'll see what kind of time we're working with. I guess we're just kind of used to our schedules constantly being packed and always having something, so to have free time is weird. So we'll see what goes on with that. Yeah, we're really looking forward to meeting her here soon, and hopefully we can figure out a name, because we still have not. So, but we'll get there. So now on to Aiden, and I want to talk about a new complication that we have run into. So I don't know, it feels like decades ago, but actually I guess it was like a year ago when we took Aiden into physical medicine for his appointment when we were trying to get his gait trainer. That was the one where first impression with this doctor, he actually is no longer, I think he retired or moved on or something, but he's not there anymore. But first impression with him, meeting him, he was one that just wrote Aiden off immediately, saying that he's non-ambulatory, he's not gonna walk. If he wasn't walking by this current age now, he's not gonna be walking later. So that kind of left a bad taste, but we were there for his, to get his assessment done, to get the referral, to get the gait trainer. Then once we got the gait trainer, Aiden took off running in it, and you guys have seen that, and it's he's done awesome, and obviously we've vastly improved his skills since then. So anyway, so when we took him to that appointment, the doctor ordered an x-ray for Aiden's hip, not for any specific reason, but just so we could get a baseline to, keep an eye on his hip. And we never had a good opportunity to go, and get it done. So we had an appointment one day at hematology, and we were actually walking right past imaging, and I told Maria, like, hey, let's just pop in real quick, see how long. There was nobody in there. It took maybe 5 minutes. So that was good. We finally got that done. But when we later got the results from it, they did not send us the image or anything. They just sent us a kind of the radiologist reading of the x-ray. And it said his right hip looked normal, and then left hip was at severe risk of dislocation. And then it also said refer to orthopedics. That was it. That's all it said. So kind of concerning for us, right? I guess we kind of sat on that for a day, and then that's where our minds kind of started to run wild, because we didn't have any more answers other than, severe dislocation and refer to orthopedics. So I got on my chart, I requested the image, and I got a message back saying that they could not give me the image on my chart. Okay, so I called medical records. Medical records said they could not give me the image and that it had to be requested through my chart. And I was like, well, actually, they just told me this. So she actually walked me through. There was a formal request that you got to fill out on my chart. And so I sent that to them. And then they did not send me the image still. They sent me the radiologist reading again. So that was annoying. So I again called medical records and explained to them, it's my son. I want the image of an x-ray. How do I get this? And they're like, well, we can put it on a disc and you can come pick it up, blah, blah. Can you email it to me, And they said, yes. So I don't know why that was so complicated. So they sent me the image, got it, and I will put that up on screen, and I'll leave it here for a little bit, because if you look at it, you can see, this image is looking at him if he were facing you. So you can see his right hip looks normal, left hip is a little bit out of socket. So that's the part that we were concerned about. Now, we still don't have any further direction other than the severe dislocation at this point, once we saw this image. So, we did what parents do. We jumped on Google and started looking up, and then we came to find it's called hip dysplasia. And then it starts talking about the treatment, and after 2 years old, it's this is what we're finding on Google, is that after 2 years old, it's going to need surgical correction, and surgery is like a 6 to 12 week recovery with a hip cast. And now we're concerned with, okay, obviously baby girl's due here soon. Are we going to have a brand new baby and a toddler and a hip cast? Like, how are we going to handle this? So we didn't know what to think. We were kind of subtly freaking out. Like, okay, this is a huge setback. And then the recovery from a surgery like that takes up to a year to even gain strength back, whereas Aiden doesn't have full strength right now. So to put off all the progress and everything we've done that long would be devastating, So then the very next day, I was like, okay, we got to stop, just sitting on this and freaking out about this. So I think I sent a message or called physical medicine. I was like, hey, we got the results. This is what it says. We obviously have some concerns. So can somebody call and talk to us about this? So we were waiting for that. And then I remembered that, the results said they submitted a referral to orthopedics. And at this point, I think this was back in April. Yeah, beginning of April, we did not have a physical medicine appointment until like April 22nd. And now that that referral was into orthopedics, I figured, well, I'll just call them and schedule it. So I was able to get that scheduled actually before the next physical medicine appointment on, I think it was like April 14th. So that was good. We got him in right away. So then when physical medicine called us back, kind of settled our minds a little bit. They explained that surgery was not going to be an immediate option. They didn't believe it would be. That's more something that happens later on if needed, you know, around like 6 years old and stuff. So we still got plenty of time. Aiden's only 3. So that was a relief. That made us feel better. And then when we went to orthopedics, the doctor there was just very unimpressed with the image. Like, it wasn't anything too exciting. And I don't know if you guys have met orthopedics before or any of those doctors. They get very excited when they have a surgery where they get to do a bunch of hammering, chiseling, bone crunching, and stuff like that. So Aiden's case is not that. It's not an immediate surgery anytime soon. We talked to him more to find out like if Aiden has some limitations, because I sent the image to, you know, anybody that I thought could, you know, benefit us. So I sent it to a physical therapist, I sent it to massage therapy, I sent it to my chiropractor to see if there's something, you know, he recommends even. And really the only thing that we got told back was from Aiden's physical therapist was that, okay, you know, you got to kind of limit some things. So the hip harness on the Puma, that is why we have not had Aiden in the Puma, because we're not trying to make the hip dysplasia any worse. So I think we can still use it and benefit from it. So it's not like I'm never going to bring it back out or anything like that. But I think instead, you know, we can't just leave him in it to play around. It's got to be very purposeful therapy, very deliberate, and not just him hanging there and bouncing around and stuff like that. So I still got plenty of ideas to work with that. But his physical therapist just said, you know, you want to be cautious about this, that, and that. So orthopedics, on the other hand, was like, no, you can still do everything normal, and explain that there's different types of hip dysplasia. This one is mostly or probably connected to the way his brain structure is, how his brain is communicating with his neurological system and, you know, developing those muscles and stuff like that. So it's not something that's caused from some type of physical ailment. It's, you know, a neurological thing, you know, communicating with his body. So there's most likely not anything that we're going to do physically that's going to make it worse. So the Puma is still safe to use. Another reason why I haven't been using it a whole lot is because Aiden has been doing so well with freestanding and putting all of his body weight on his legs. I'm trying to encourage that, because I mean, how do you get better at standing? You stand. So I mean, that's what he's doing. That's what we're going to continue doing. If anybody has any experience with something like this, I mean, feel free to fill me in on your experience, on your story, anything that we can benefit from, any more knowledge that you have on it. That would be very helpful for us because right now we're just kind of trying to build up that strength as much as possible, because even like in his left knee, he's got a little more, like, I guess his ligaments and tendons are a little more elastic, so he's got more kind of a bend side to side. Test. Okay. All right, sorry, another weird little cut. Pharmacy just showed up to the house and delivered his medication, so always something. Anyway, what I was talking about, I noticed with his left knee, there's some elasticity in his ligaments. So his knee kind of has this little, like, when he's putting weight on his legs, it has a weird little bow or bend to it. And I think that's just going to come with, you know, strengthen it over time. So like I said, we continue standing because that's the only way we're going to improve at it, is to actually do it. So then last thing about the x-ray, going back to that, is in that image you can see his left femur, like the ball of the femur, is a little bit higher. So that is what contributes to Aiden's left leg is like an inch shorter. So when you guys see him doing his therapy, he's got his AFO braces on his feet. His left leg also has a shoe that's made to fit around the AFO. That is to fix that inch difference right there. And I haven't really got a straight answer on that. It's like, you know, do we want to use that shoe and encourage that inch gap, you know, and keep it there? Because if we're compensating for that inch, that's not doing anything to correct it. It's kind of, we've gotten different answers, mixed responses of, do we continue or do we do his therapy without the shoe and try to fix that inch gap. Is that going to fix it? We don't really know, but by using the shoe, we can keep him even. So right now, that's just kind of what we're doing, is we are, I guess, entertaining that. Either way, that's not something that's going to change overnight. That's something that's going to come with time, and it's going to hopefully change as we continue to build the strength up and whatnot. So I believe that's all I had to talk about for now. Moving forward, like I said, we have summer vacation coming up, and baby girl coming right now, June 17th. That may move up sooner too, again. Just kind of, we're taking it day by day. You know, we're still working with his therapies every single day. He doesn't have therapies every single day, but we're doing therapy every single day. Yeah, so we're just kind of in that weird little gap between, we're back from vacation, now we got a couple weeks before baby girl comes. Marie's currently 32 weeks today, so we are looking forward to that. So next couple videos is going to be, I don't know if it's going to be one long video or I'll break it up into 2 videos, but it'll be us down at the beach, focusing on doing the therapy we did down there, you know, some family time and stuff that we had to. We didn't spend as much time in the pool or in the ocean that we wanted to, because it was cold, it was chilly. Spent time down on the beach, went on plenty of walks, out to eat, whatnot. So again, thank you guys for entertaining this, for watching these videos, for coming along with us on this journey, and for sticking around. Feel free to ask any questions, reach out. We're gonna keep doing what we're doing. We're gonna keep building up that strength, keep working on this every single day. I've got some interesting ideas with other stuff to do with Aiden. It's just finding that time to do the stuff. I discovered that his seat for his gait trainer comes off, and it will just kind of wrap around his body. I have tested that out the last couple days. It is not going well. So he just kind of, when he's in his gait trainer with the seat, he'll use his legs. You guys have seen him. He'll, you know, go zooming down the hall or in the kitchen and whatnot. Without that seat and having that weight directly on his legs, he forgets how to move in it, I guess. So he'll just kind of, you know, move forward or fall back and then just kind of slump down in it. So it's interesting, but we'll get there. So he's once he picks something up, he really runs with it. So it's just making that connection for him. So we'll see how that goes. Thank you guys for sticking around and watching these videos, and there's plenty more to come.